Hello everyone. Today I want to do a review on the very first gas bike that I ever bought. This was a kit. I was looking online. I chose the Helio Supernatural because it had two of the features that I was really looking for. I was looking for the Honda GXH50, which keeps it under 50cc to keep it legal. The other thing that I really wanted was a multi-speed sprocket on the back. Instead I got a single speed. So I wanted to just pan over here to the flyer that I bought. I printed all these copies off. So here's that GXH50 engine. There's multi-speed sprocket on the back. And as this was my first bike, I did a lot of learning. I didn't notice these things until I put it all together. The very first thing I noticed, well actually I should say the very first thing I noticed out of the box was that the paint was peeling off this engine, which I thought was strange. I didn't know why it was painted. And the next thing I noticed once it was all together was I had a single speed instead of a multi-speed sprocket. And as time went on, I started learning lots and lots about this bike. It did have rim brakes, and I was surprised that I had to keep adjusting them to get them to work right. And then I come to realize that this rim is not set up for rim brakes. It's set up for a disc brake like the front has. I'll show that here real quick. The front has a disc brake there, and that's the way this rim was set up for a disc brake. It was not set up for rim brakes. And so this little channel right here is not set up for this. So I ended up buying a rim. I have not put it on yet. Here it is. It is set up for the disc brake there, which will handle the sprocket, which is over there, that big sprocket on the back. And then the other thing that it is it has this channel right here, this flat spot that the rim brakes will ride on. So this is one that is dual purpose. And as I was working on this, the kickstand was very frustrating. Did not hold it up. I had to put blocks underneath it to hold it up, so I had to take that kickstand off. I had to put a kickstand that actually worked on it, and that one's been working good since. The engine seems to start right up. The gearbox seems to work just fine. A couple things about this bike is that it is a very comfortable bike. It does, on the straightaways, pick up speed pretty good. We've had it up 35 to 40 if the speedometer is correct, but that's a lot of speed for a bike. And tires are wide enough, so it seems pretty comfortable. Then I built my third bike with a Honda GXH50 engine, and I started realizing that I did not get what I was paying for with the Honda engine. So let me step over to that bike real quick. Here it is. So this engine I bought out of a box from a different source. It has the EPA stickers on the front, which are important to me, so I'm trying to keep this all legal. And the other thing that's really interesting that I found out, this has a completely different carburetor on it. It has a lever here, which I had to hook up the throttle to that, and it's just complete different setup here for a carburetor, which I was shocked because I had specifically asked for a Honda engine. So back over here, everything else looks the same. It has the shutoff right here, and this carburetor is completely different. In fact, it looks like the carburetor off the Chinese engine that I had bought previously, which I ended up replacing with the Honda over here. So with that, I'm looking around. I have a tire to change out, a wheel I should say, a wheel to change out. I have a carburetor that doesn't look like a Honda carburetor. I don't have the EPA stickers on it. This mount, this is how the mount came. It looks like it's barely holding on there, but it actually does hold. And looking back at the picture here, you see that mount. See if I can keep it out of the sun there. There we go, there's the mount. That mount has nice 4 bolts, seems really secure. There again, looking at the back sprocket, multi-speed sprocket on the back. That rim is different. That's the rim that I ended up purchasing, so I did not get that. So all in all, I did not get what I ordered. I decided to keep it. I've ridden it a handful of times because I ended up building 2 other bikes since then, and I'm knowing now what I want, and so I'm realizing that I'm not going to get what I want out of a kit. So here it is. This is the Helio Supernatural with a Honda engine, and this is my review.